Spawning here at the bottom, he has already gotten 2 kills for his team. Can he get a third one? From the Ris3n community, it's our Terran player in pink, it's Shiny Pants. And his opponent's going to try and stop the bleeding here for Cranky Ducklings. In orange, our Protoss player, it is Phoenix Tears. Oh. Kind of imagine that Shiny Pants will build the same sort of things they did in the last game. And that was a super powerful push. It's kind of just, it's not really standard necessarily. Going for just a quick stem double medevac drop like that, but it definitely catches a Protoss off guard if they're not prepared for it. And as you saw in the last game, I think even with the extra stalkers, they would have had to have all been in position for catatonic for that drop to be pushed away, because you would have been able to probably kill off at least one of the medevacs before it was able to unload anything. And perhaps from there, it's fine because you're not dealing with 16 Marines, you're only dealing with the 8 of them. Same sort of build out of here from Phoenix Tears as we saw in the previous game. It's a quick expansion after that first gate and before the Cybercore. Cybercore does go down. We would have mentioned the lovely little wall off, forcing Reapers into small areas or to go all the way around. Always good to do. Do see that first Reaper has popped out here for Shiny Pants. SCV is dancing around waiting to build something. We got another barracks. We got a reactor. I think it's going to be the same sort of a build. I think it worked out really, really well last game, so you may as well do it again. The other command center has started as well for Shiny Pants. Reaper going to hop on over, see what it can find out. Well, hop on over, Reaper. Do it. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Go see what it can find. We have a Stargate opener, actually, and no units just yet for our Protoss player. There's a Stalker that's being chronoed out currently. But the Reaper does get in. We'll see if we can get a couple kills or not. Stalker shows up to push that away, at least. I'm actually curious. I don't know if he saw the Stargate. Yeah, he didn't actually see the Stargate. That's something. It's right here. But that vision is not there. It's always important as a Terran player. Even though you think you might be able to get some kills, and you didn't get any kills on the Reaper, might get some more kills, you still need to scout the entire base. You need to know what's coming. That said, the way that Shiny Pants opens, getting quick stem and a bunch of Marines, it's not going to be the worst position to deal with, say, an Oracle that might come out of the Stargate. It is going to be an Oracle indeed for our Protoss player. But there will be quite a number of Marines out by the time the Oracle gets across the map. Imagine we'll see the starport relatively soon. There it is. Starport thrown down as well. Eventually we'll switch over to the reactor that the factory is currently making. But let's wait and see how many kills this the Oracle could possibly get here for the Protoss player as it goes across the map. Again, no vision of this from Shiny Pants, despite the fact that he got into the main base. He went around in such a manner that he didn't actually see what was happening here. We got a second Oracle on the way, actually, as well. Stem is about 30% done, so it's still a ways off. There are 6 Marines, so if they do bunch up, they will be able to push this away. But Oracle coming in now. The starport did finish up, thankfully, so that's not going to get canceled at least. Actually, it's going to be a Widow Mine first out of the factory, which is going to be nice against these Oracles. Marines do pop in here. Only, I think, a single kill. Yeah, only one worker kill for that Oracle, so not a lot done there. Actually, did he cancel the Widow Mine, or did it finish? No, he did. He didn't cancel it. It's just somewhere. It won't tell me where it is. Find it eventually. This depot did get, the building got canceled there. Like the SV stopped building because they got killed. And it turned into a supply block for Shiny Pants. They actually did use a call down supply over here on this depot to be able to get out of that. There's a second Oracle that has joined the party on this side of the map. Not quite doing anything yet. Reaper has hopped in, but Stalker is there and waiting. We do see the Twilight Council on the way somewhere. There's the Twilight Council for the Protoss player. And these 2 Oracles are going to swing on in now, But there are quite a number of Marines here. Is he going to go for it? No, he's just going to do the Revelation. Make sure he's not going to be caught off guard by any drops. There are 2 medivacs being created right now. Stim has finished. No combat shield in production just yet. We do have an engineering bay finally coming up. 3 oracles, actually. He hasn't stopped that production just yet. I think that probably is going to be his last oracle. At least I would assume that'd be his last oracle. And he's only got the 1 worker kill. So they haven't been extremely powerful just yet, but definitely the threat has probably kept Shiny Pants at home. Perhaps just a little bit more. Shiny Pants does load up at a drop right as the oracles pop in. The Revelation does go down right on those medivacs. So Phoenix is going to be able to see this for quite a long time during this game. So he's not going to be able to drop necessarily. Widowmine is going to try and get into a spot where it might catch an oracle unaware. If it does that, that splash damage actually do a ton of damage, especially if this Widowmine ends up shooting at the middle oracle. It's going to do some damage here. At least 1 oracle is going to go down. There goes 1. It's a nice little pick off there for the Terran player. Same time, Marines were out there helping with another one of mine has gotten dropped down and may end up catching it. Doesn't do it quite yet. Revelation is still active, so picking up probably isn't the best decision there for the Terran player, but yeah. Really quickly trying to go into Archons, or at least Archons, probably Storm as well. 4 Phoenix tiers. Much more gateways coming in. Charge is about done as well for the Protoss. High-sec auto-tracking is actually being researched currently because he made 3 engineering bays, I guess. Yeah, so that's going to be an upgrade that exists. Storm being researched. 3rd Nexus is up and it is running. Oracle's trying to swing in to get another Revelation off. He's doing their job. Gonna actually kill the building command center. SCV for a little bit at least. Just delay that a little longer. Shiny Pants actually is in an okay spot, but he's given how much he was dropping in the previous 2 games, he definitely wants to be doing that still. He's just not been able to. These Oracles have been keeping an eye on all of the medevacs and Marines this entire game. Shiny Pants hasn't wanted to try and go across the map, given that is the case. +1/+1 finishing shortly for Shiny Pants. No, we have 1 upgrade here for the Protoss. He's getting +2 attack as well. Charge is finished. Storm has finished. There's a bunch of Templars somewhere on the map. There's 1 over here at the 3rd base. There's a few Zealots over here as well. And obviously there was a drop that I completely missed, and it's over here now. That's why. I don't know how I missed that completely. But it does get cleaned up. A couple probes did die off, but 2 medevacs left over. Stalker going to try and hop over and finish that off, perhaps. And it will. 2 medevacs do go down, but 2 more medevacs get loaded up by the Terran player. Keep an eye on if those are able to do much. Oracles are going to get on the map once again, see if they can get anything done. Reaper's going to actually get a good read on when this 4th base is coming down. Get another drop being loaded up by Shiny Pants. So this is definitely the style that he wants to play. He's supposed to drop back and forth. Again, punish your player for putting his army all in one spot. There are Zealots over here at the 3rd base ready to take that out, but there's nothing in the main to deal with this currently. So this should get a decent amount of damage done. The least it's going to get a couple of pylons. There are a bunch of Stalkers that are warped down on the other side. There we go. Stalker's Zealot's going to be able to take that out as well. That drop didn't actually exist on this side. I'm not sure what happened to it exactly. Probably just dropped all the units again. But he's going to drop at the 4th base. Just again, just being annoying as possible is our turn. That'll be cleaned up. Templar coming in for feedbacks. Not going to be able to kill the medevacs necessarily, but they are really low health. Actually, Storms, the Zealots were not quite able to clean that drop up completely. And now, having lost all that, there's only 4 medevacs, and 2 of them are over here. 2 are on this side of the map. I think he may have just lost 1. He did just lose 1 to a Stalker, but he does save the last one that was over dropping. A couple of Libraries going to come out in the map. See what damage they're able to get done. Actually, 1 decides he doesn't want to. Like, nah, it's not my game, yo. We'll go ahead and not do that, thanks. But it is going to fly onto the other side of the map. I'm going to go for an Oracle, actually, so you can get that kill. But of course, Liberators, they do so little damage to air units. If it's not Metalisks, Libs don't really do a whole lot of damage. Liberator is in the 3rd base, but kind of positions himself in a strange way. We'll get a couple of kills. Stalkers do blink underneath that and take that out. So that one's gone. Fourth base for Shiny Pants is on the way. We have Tempest in production. A couple more Stargates being added on by Phoenix Tears. So he's definitely going Armada style here. Doesn't really want to try and bother killing his Terran opponent for quite some time. Love the Zealots for Phoenix Tears here. Just looking around the map, checking out the attack paths, making sure he's not going to be surprised by that. And actually the Smart Cerberus upgrade is being researched currently for the Terran. So he's going to be able to switch his Thors back and forth really quickly if he wants to go into Thors. But for the time being, we haven't really seen much in the way of Thors. Oracle's going to try and get a read on where the army is. He'll throw in another Revelation. Actually, wouldn't mind. Should get a shot off. Doesn't quite able to do that. Not quite able to do that. And yeah, no combat shields. Still at 11.5 minutes here for the Terran player. Same time, Phoenix Tears, he's moving out on the map. He's got a lot of storms here. He has one big old Tempest rolling across the map as well. Some Zealots moving across. I think with this Revelation, seeing where the upgrades are at for the Terran player, it's like, yeah, let's go ahead and let's go for this. See what we can get done. See if we can kill our player right now. There's a few tanks in the background here. There's a Ghost back there as well. Possibly get an EMP. There is a Liberator keeping this attack path from really being abused, but it does get taken out by the Stalkers there. Tanks are not seized yet. Storms go down, but Storm actually whiffs completely. Widowmine shot goes off, kills off a few Zealots. Bio is nicely stuttering back here. Storms haven't really done much, but here we go. Storms now coming in all over the army. That's a lot of death. At the same time, tanks did siege up, and there's not a lot here but these Templar. They need to pull out the last Storms. There we go. So, I mean, that was an overwhelming army for Phoenix Tears, but a really good trade for Shiny Pants, all things considered. How that could have gone if the Storms would have landed just a little bit better for Phoenix Tears. He had a little bit more left over, because most of the Zealots have been killed off by the time the Storms were landing. So he wasn't able to actually really take advantage of that. A lot of the army died for Shiny Pants. He's down to 23 army supply to 65 right now. 3 Tempest in production at a time right now for Phoenix Tears. Okay. I mean, sure. He's going up against Bio, though, and he just needs to have enough of a ground force to be able to keep the Tempest safe. He has quite a few Storms left over, quite a bunch of Zealots. We'll work that as well. 5th base has just finished here for Phoenix Tears. Nothing more to speak of here on the other side. We actually have carriers in production now. 7 more gateways being thrown down as well by Phoenix Tears. So he's like, I'm going to get everything in this game. Just getting everything. And there we go. Combat Shield. Engaged. We actually have Combat Shield now. Are there no medevacs? There's no medevacs. He lost all of his medevacs in the last engagement. Scans the army and saw what was happening here. That's got to be frightening. Yeah. Phoenix Tears, he's obviously playing to White Raw's standards. If you're ahead, just go ahead and get more ahead. That's exactly what he's doing right now. Shiny Pants scanning around, just trying to find perhaps where an extra base is, but hasn't found the 5th one up here just yet. He's sending a small force out, probably to this base, but again, the Zealot spread should catch at least a little bit of this, at least get it some warning. There really isn't any supply for a Warpend on this side of the map. There's a single cannon, a couple shield batteries over here. But to defend this side, Phoenix Tears is going to have to send some units over to actually deal with it. It is only about 8 Marines, so it's not a whole lot. Small force from Phoenix Tears being sent out, probably just to die, to free up some supply. Stem forward, do the Marines. Zealots doing what they can with the help of shield battery, but I mean, Marines trading pretty well. They almost have 3-3 done. We actually have Yamato cannon on the way. 3 battle cruisers in production at a time. Meanwhile, this force for Cranky Tears, seeing what it can get done. There is a Ghost here. EMPs, it's actually cloaked as well. Seeing what it can get done. Finally loses all of its energy, but Planetary Fortress, again, this is just a suicide force. It wasn't meant to do much of anything but die. Freeing up supply, adding on 3 more carriers. Dark Shrine about to finish up as well here for Phoenix Tears, so he's just getting all of the tech possible. And keeping his half the map is his. No one else's, it's mine. We've even got a mothership on the way for Phoenix Tears. And kind of at this point of the game, it's just, well, we're going to sit back and wait a while and see what happens. But upgrade-wise, we only have +1 air weapons for the Protoss, so on that side, Not even any shield upgrades for a Protoss player. Meanwhile, the Terran does have +2 ground mech weapons and +1 ship weapons, so the battlecruisers are a little bit upgraded at least. They'll probably be adding on some more upgrades shortly. And again, that's a lot of battlecruisers in production here. Terran is only on 4 bases. It's going to need to be thinking about taking a 5th somewhat in the near future at least. A few more Zealots coming in to this base location, but Marines, actually I think they scanned right as they were coming in, able to take those out pretty quickly without too much of an issue. Another command center being thrown down. Same time, Phoenix Tiers threw down another Nexus on this side of the map as well. And again, just scans upon scans upon scans. Checking everything out. Seeing what it can find, but not a lot to see really. And it's just going to be mass carriers, some Tempest as well. Right now on the map we got 3 carriers. There's 4 Dark Templar who are running in, looking probably like this location here. There'll be a lot of juicy worker kills to get. 1 Dark Templar is going to go for the main base. There is some turrets over here though, so it's not going to be able to do much work. But DT's in this mineral line, getting a lot of kills. Gonna probably go up to at least 15. The scan goes down, but nothing's actually over there to help. Yeah, that's 22 workers killed. 22 workers killed. No Marines. That does get cleaned up, but that's a lot of SVs that just died. Granted, at this point in the game, Shiny Pants, SVs aren't that important. Another Dark Templar actually getting out on this side of the map. Actually, if he cancels the seats from building, that'd be really, really nice for him. DT just ruining things over here. Just taking Marines out one by one, up to 7 kills. Finally, the scan goes down, takes that out. And back home, we just got upgrades. Oh, he's got DT Blink on the way. Good lord. Everything possible. He's just throwing supply away at this point so he can get an air army. And I don't know why. To an extent, all that Shiny Pants, or all that Phoenix Tiers has allowed is for Shiny Pants to get up his own air fleet to actually counter what Phoenix Tiers has, which is kind of frightening. That's a lot of battlecruisers. They have essentially no support, but it's still a lot of battlecruisers. They can Yamato and zip on out of there. Probably take down a base. There are quite a number of cannons over here. Oh my god, all of these Tempests. Is this gonna happen finally? Seeing a little bit. Yeah, Storm's going down even on top of battlecruisers. It's not quite Squirtle versus MVP. We're not gonna see the Archon Toilet. And they do warp on out. He didn't lose any, I don't believe, which is good. Yeah, he did lose 1 battlecruiser, but I don't think Phoenix Tiers lost really anything there. He may have lost some ground army, but he definitely doesn't care at this point in the game. Same time, there was a small force that went into this side of the base. They eventually got cleaned up, just kind of trade out some army for army. Not a lot to speak of there. Upgrade-wise, again, at 3/3 for the ground army, which is great. +2 ship weapons. No mech plating. We do have +1 mech plating on the way. Phoenix here is starting to look like he wants to move out. Got a little bit of a ground force just checking this extra base location here. And Phoenix here is just being wise, making sure his opponent is not expanding and keeping his opponent from expanding. Looking at the income tab, you can kind of see that it's that small advantage Phoenix Tiers has had this entire game, which is manifesting itself now. Phoenix Tiers has had this base up for quite a long time. This base as well has been up for a really long time. And there's just so much orange and yellow all over this base. All over this map, really. 5 carriers, 9 Tempests, rolling into this base location here. Mothership to help out just because. There's even a Warp Prism. And if he goes for the turret, there's nothing actually to see anything. Feedback, medevac, nah, it's fine. We'll let that do some damage here. A lot of Vikings, however. We got 13 Vikings, 10 battlecruisers to go up against this. If he's able to get some Yamatos up on this, and the Yamatos are already. Of course, he can't really see anything without a scan, so he needs to be able to scan in front of him to see that he does scan now. Will any Yamatos go down? Bunch of Yamatos coming down. What are they going to actually kill? The Mothership, for the most part, is what is dead. Warps back to his main army. It's really, really nice here. If he focus fires really well, actually he's not focusing. Storms go down to the Vikings as well. Most Vikings do die. He's down to 8 now from the 13 or so that he did have. Phoenix Tiers is going to go ahead and back up, though. He lost that Mothership core. Or Mothership. He lost the Mothership. He didn't lose any Tempests. He didn't lose any carriers, I don't believe. So he did just lose the mothership, and that was all it actually was that he lost there, which is pretty decent for him. More Templars got morphed in. The Storm's really nice, zoning out these Vikings, keeping them from really doing too much damage. But Shiny Pants is doing a really nice job keeping these battlecruisers alive and in the game. So they're such an important unit at this point. 5 battlecruisers are in production for Shiny Pants. That's ridiculous. +3 air weapons is about to finish up for him. We do have +3 air weapons that's finished for the Protoss player. He's got +1 armor and +3 ground. No shield upgrades just yet for the Protoss player. He does have that carry upgrade as well. Good lord, this fleet is just ridiculous. And to an extent, you don't know what you do to this. You have to really pay attention and really focus your fire with the battlecruisers, with the Vikings. So you're not just firing unnecessarily. May even be good just to sacrifice the tanks, but honestly, Shiny Pants, I mean, his economy's been in shambles this entire game. He's still sitting on essentially just this base is mining. This base is kind of mining, but the other bases on the map are taken or unable to be taken. Bases here are not going to be a thing. Engage is probably going to come down here. 1 BC melts. Just completely... Oh, sorry about that. I just started choking like mad after that fight. The BCs just melt so quickly. The Tempests do so much damage to those. He lost 2 or 3 Yamato cannons coming down, but I don't think he's even killed a carrier at this point. A lot of damage going out with these Yamatos, but honestly, they're on so many different units. Most things are still alive. Vikings are fighting the Interceptors. They're not fighting what he wants to actually be fighting. Still a decent-ish trade, but just nothing dies. There's still so much left over for the Protoss player. Mothership shows up as well, doing what she can. 2, 3 more battlecruisers going to roll in, see what they can get done, but still so many carriers over here. We got 3 carriers left, about 7 Tempests. That's only 6. I can count real well. And it's looking like Shiny Pants may be on his last leg here. Last battlecruiser is about to go down. It does survive. It's got 4 HP. It's going to live. 4 carriers in production, 2 Tempests in production. Phoenix Tears is backing off, because why not? Stalkers roll in, but unable to really do much. Of course, again, he's just freeing up supply at this point. 4 carriers in production. Could honestly even rally these carriers to one spot on this side of the map and suddenly have them appear. Marine's going to try and walk in and see what they can do, but they're going to die pretty quickly. There's so much money for the Protoss player. He's sitting on a decent bank despite making 5 carriers at a time. How's that going for him? He's got all of these storms. Looking at the units even. 1 battlecruiser, 12 Marines, 3 tanks, 2 Vikings for the Terran. Meanwhile, we've got 8 Tempests, 5 carriers. There's 8 Templars who have a bunch of storm. And this mothership as well. I mean, Shiny Pants is just sending Marines to their death at this point. They can't even see anything. He sees the mothership, that dies, that's nice, but hey, look, it's an entire army. SCV's trying to help repair this battlecruiser, but that's not going to work. Even the SCVs, those poor SCVs, they get slaughtered. GG. Shiny Pants does tap out. Phoenix Tears will take the first map win here for Cranky Ducklings. What a game.